Long ago, there was a man named Saul. He was smart, serious, and very passionate about what he believed. But Saul did not yet understand the way of Jesus. Saul thought the followers of Jesus were wrong. He wanted to stop them from spreading their message. His heart was strong, but it was not yet guided by love. One day, Saul decided to travel to the city of Damascus. He wanted to find the followers of Jesus there. So he began the journey with other men. The road to Damascus was hot and dusty. Saul walked with confidence. He believed he knew exactly what he was doing. Suddenly, a bright light from heaven shone around him. The light was brighter than the sun. Saul fell to the ground in amazement. Then Saul heard a voice. It was Jesus speaking to him. Saul was frightened, confused, and deeply surprised. Jesus asked Saul why he was fighting against him. In that moment, Saul realized he had been wrong. Everything in his heart began to change. When Saul stood up, he could not see. The men with him gently led him by the hand. They brought him into Damascus. For 3 days, Saul stayed in the city. He did not eat or drink. He prayed and thought about everything that had happened. In Damascus, there was a kind follower of Jesus named Ananias. God spoke to Ananias and told him to visit Saul. At first, Ananias was afraid. Ananias knew Saul's reputation. He had heard that Saul had been against the followers of Jesus. But God told Ananias that Saul had a new purpose. So Ananias obeyed God. He went to the house where Saul was staying. He trusted that God was doing something wonderful. Ananias placed his hands on Saul and prayed for him. Saul's sight returned. Saul was filled with joy and wonder. Saul was baptized. He chose to follow Jesus with all his heart. The man who once opposed the message now believed it was true. Saul began to tell others about Jesus. The people were amazed. They could hardly believe how much he had changed. Some people were confused and suspicious. They remembered who Saul had been before. But Saul kept speaking with courage and humility. Saul's life had changed completely. He no longer wanted to stop the message of Jesus. Now he wanted to share it with everyone. Later, Saul became known as Paul. Paul traveled to many places. He wanted people everywhere to hear about God's love. Paul walked on dusty roads, sailed across seas, and visited busy cities. Sometimes the journey was difficult, but Paul did not give up. Paul met many people. Some were rich, some were poor, some were young, some were old. To all of them, Paul spoke about Jesus. Paul taught that God's love was for everyone, not only for one group of people, not only for one city, but for the whole world. Paul also helped new believers learn how to live with faith. He encouraged them to be kind, to forgive, to pray, and to love one another. Sometimes Paul wrote letters to churches far away. His letters gave wisdom, comfort, and hope. Many of those letters became part of the Bible. Paul worked with friends who helped him on his journeys. Together, they prayed, taught, and encouraged people. They showed that God's mission is stronger when people serve together. Not every day was easy for Paul. Sometimes people disagreed with him. Sometimes he felt tired, but he remembered that Jesus was with him. Paul trusted God in every situation. When he was welcomed, he thanked God. When things were hard, he still prayed. His faith remained strong. Paul taught that true strength comes from God. he reminded people that love is patient, love is kind, and love never gives up. Through Paul's life, many people heard about Jesus. Families, children, travelers, leaders, and workers learned about God's grace. The message continued to spread. Paul's story shows that God can change any heart. Saul became Paul. A man once filled with anger became a messenger of love and hope. Paul followed Jesus with courage until the end. His life reminds us that no one is too far from God. When God changes a heart, He can use that life to bless the world.